Same terrific offensive line, just hasn't translated.
Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Jack Doyle. And that run by Taylor is coming back.
Yeah, one-on-one with, I believe that was Myles Garrett. 84 right there. And you can see how he just has that arm wrapped around his shoulders. And you can see how he just has that arm wrapped around his shoulders. I was wondering how Taylor got to the edge so easily.
So 1st and 20 after the penalty as they mark the football just inside the 34. Taylor. Rivers trying to sell that initial fake, and Taylor very close to the original line of scrimmage. Tackled on the play by Malcolm Smith, who's been all over the place for the Browns. And that'll set up a 2nd and 11 coming up. You've been surprised, with the inefficiency so far of this Colts running game through the first 4 weeks of the season.
Well, their average is down, but take a look at what they're doing running the football on this drive. Right now, the offensive line for the Colts, they must have taken a couple shots of espresso at halftime because they are moving this Cleveland defensive line out of the way.
First pass of this drive. Rivers to the air. High pass. And Hines, who's been so good as a pass catcher, had to reach back and up for it. Tackled by Smith. And a big 3rd and 6 coming up.
Well, so crucial in 2nd long is how you're going to deal with Garrett. And they do a lot of lining up tight ends next to the tackle. Sometimes they get a chip on him. Sometimes they bump him. Just anything they can do to disrupt him. Now, what they're showing is Myles Garrett on the right side. There they go. Now they bring Hines over here, but Garrett looks to be in a one-on-one matchup.
Here he comes, pinning his ears back. They give chase. Rivers on the run. And it is incomplete. Boy, what an effort by Hines just to have a chance. Pressure coming by none other than Garrett, who had his league-leading 6th sack in the first half.
And just making Rivers flush in the pocket, running a game where the tackle comes inside, and they're going to try and get Garrett up inside. Good job by the Colts passing it off, but Rivers, as we know, is not the most mobile quarterback, is forced to throw a pass on the run. That's exactly what you want if you're the Cleveland defense.
Boy, how about that effort by Hines? Just incredible. Here is Blankenship. 37-yard attempt. On target, and it is good. Boy, the Colts down 17 points earlier in the quarter. 10 straight, they're within 7. And a little tip of the cap to the late Eddie Van Halen, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you?
Whoa! 46 points. Experian Boost helped me lower my auto payment by $63 a month.
Boost your credit scores instantly, free, only at Experian.com/boost.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. So go ahead and cater to your craving. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My husband John knew Joe Biden a long time.
Pushing himself to reach the top of one of the most challenging professions in the world. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Love Jersey Mike's subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
You're saying I need a new kidney? I need to start thinking about potential donors.
Seen you since high school.
Really a story of two people saving each other's lives.
I have 2 kidneys, right?
Yeah.
Well, then guess who's getting a kidney?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Experian Boost and by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Aerial coverage of today's game being provided by Goodyear, high above First Energy Stadium, downtown Cleveland, Ohio, this great American city. What a Week 5 tilt we have. Two of the hottest teams in the NFL, certainly in the AFC, both Cleveland and Indianapolis, winners of 3 straight. And boy, Arch, just a couple of minutes ago, earlier in the quarter, looked like the Browns had taken command. And Isaiah Rodgers with a long kickoff return for a touchdown, the interception by Okereke. And we've got a 1-score game as Donovan Peoples-Jones is lit up. Saturday, the SEC on CBS in prime time for one of the marquee matchups of the college football season. Number 3, Georgia takes on second-ranked Alabama in the next chapter of their classic rivalry. We'll get you started with kickoff 7 Eastern with the drive to Atlanta, and that'll be followed by college football today. Next Saturday night, the SEC is on CBS. Well, the Browns were rolling right up until Baker Mayfield threw that pick. How does Baker and this offense respond? 180! With just under 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Hunt! Able to find the edge. Boy, what an open field tackle by Rock Ya-Sin. Missed a couple of games earlier in the season with that kind of little stomach issue that he had. He had to be rushed to the hospital before their Week 2 game against Minnesota, but a huge piece at that cornerback position.
That tackle is so huge. If you just go back in time last week, and if that's a Dallas Cowboy, that tackle is missed. I'm telling you, when you watch Hunt and Chubb, when they get those one-on-one shots, they don't get tackled. And I think that's the best thing that the Colts have done in this game is when they've had those one-on-one shots, they've been able to make that tackle.
Ya-Sin started 13 games for them as a rookie last season. Hunt taking on tacklers. A little bit closer. It'll be a 3rd down and short coming up. Tackled on the play by Okereke. Adam just mentioned the yards after contact. One of the reasons why this is the #1 rushing team in the NFL. Not even close.
It doesn't really matter who's back there. Both Hunt and Chubb and even Dearness Johnson when he had his chance last week. I mean, that's why they've been able to rip off so many big runs.
3rd and 2. First down, Njoku. That's his first catch of the day. Njoku's first game since going down in the opener with that sprained MCL in his knee. Had a touchdown before he went down in that game against the Ravens. First down, Cleveland.
Pre-snap recognition by Baker Mayfield, sees the pressure, and then he's just going to hit the tight end who's wide open. Nice, quick discernment of the defense and picks it up.
180. Fresh set of downs as they snap it from the 36. Little misdirection. Odell breaking a couple of tackles, and he'll just go down. Just terrific support and pursued by the Colts. Danico Autry.
Boy, Justin Houston, what a play. What a play by Justin Houston to recognize that and get it out and turn it back inside.
What a career Justin Houston has had. Another sack last week, 3.5 on the season. Led them last year with his 11 sacks. Of course, that 2014 for the ages. 22 sacks. Barely missed out on the all-time record. Mayfield. First down, Cleveland. As he throws a laser beam, a pickup of 13.
Another great recognition by Mayfield. This is a zone pressure, or excuse me, they're dropping the defensive lineman in coverage, and there's no way that he can get back into the passing lane deep enough to stop Beckham from catching that ball.
And that was not an easy catch. Wasn't thrown on the money. And look at Odell Beckham Jr., most receiving yards, 3rd most, first 80 games of his career. As Beckham is healthy again, putting the rest of the league on notice. Hunt It will squirt inside Colts territory down to the 47. And that should take us to the end of the quarter. Adam, you wanted some fireworks?
Yeah.
And boy, we had a couple of haymakers in that quarter. Cleveland opened up a 17-point lead early in the third, but the Colts answer. Rodgers, the kickoff return, 101 yards. And then Rivers and company taking advantage of the pick. 7-point game.
Tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. This towel has already been used, and it still smells fresh. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load, and enjoy fresher smelling laundry for up to 12 weeks.
The pan, the myth, the legend, the comfort.
What a game this has been. 27-20, Browns in front of the Colts. First Energy Stadium, downtown Cleveland. As that sun has set here in northeastern Ohio. Seating capacity up to 12,000. Good to see some folks in the dog pound here in Cleveland.
Spot that one. 180. What's that?
Mayfield a fake on 2nd and 5. They give chase. Boy, Landry dropped it. Mayfield feeling the pressure, put it where it had to be. And it is incomplete. Landry couldn't squeeze it. And it was DeForest Buckner giving chase.
Well, that's what they needed, is pressure. But Landry had a chance because, look he's completely dropped. I know that Kenny Moore was coming over, but that was a huge opportunity there for the Browns to make something happen.
What an addition Buckner has been with this Colts defense, one of the centerpieces in their offseason. 3rd and 5. Mayfield near side trying to thread the needle, and it's incomplete. Beckham screaming for a penalty, no flag. And the Colts defense able to hold Rock Ya-Sin on the coverage.
Colts playing tighter, they're playing more aggressively, and really the Browns haven't been sharp in this quarter. 2 drops. You had the bad interception by Mayfield in the previous drive, and maybe Rock Ya-Sin, maybe looks like he had an arm there, but I think OBJ maybe has a case. Sometimes you get away with it, though.
First time that the Browns have punted in this game. It's Jamie Gillen. 2nd year as their punter. As we play early stages here in the 4th. Nyheim Hines signals fair catch, exactly where Gillen wanted to put it. And very tough starting field position for Phillip Rivers and the Colts as we send you to James Brown in New York.
Playing under the franchise tag, the heart of the Cowboys injured.
That's right, JB. That's Dak Prescott being carted off. You can see tears in his eyes. A significant right lower leg injury came after he was called to run a quarterback draw against the New York Giants. 2 plays later, Ezekiel Elliott did score a touchdown. Cowboys lead 31-23, but it looks like their quarterback will be lost for the year.
Back to Spiro and Adam.
Oh, just hate to see that. And now you just hope for the best. Guess we're checking out Alex Smith earlier today with Washington.
Yeah, how about that?
Just a miraculous recovery.
Why do you think Nyheim Hines fair caught that ball, Spiro?
Good question. Rivers is going to throw it here. And it'll be incomplete. Pressure by Garrett. And Adam, you bring up a great point. Hines should have just taken his chances and let that thing drop. But a questionable decision. We'll see if it comes back to haunt the Colts.
Especially being backed up. The Browns are yelling safety, that was an intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 17. Under pressure, nobody in the area. That's going to be a safety.
Rivers pleading his case. What a massive call here. Yeah. Intentional grounding with Rivers in the end zone, and it results in 2 points for Cleveland.
The pressure has been massive, whether it's Vernon, Garrett, Vincent Taylor, and to be this backed up, once again the pressure gets to him, and there's nobody in the area. Now, we talk about the impact that Garrett has had, and maybe Olivier doesn't have any sacks, but he's been in the backfield just as much. This Browns defense has straight harassed the offensive line.
So the decision by Hines, we wondered if it would come back to haunt them.
I mean, he fair caught the football on the 4-yard line.
Just didn't make any sense. That puts the offense in a very tough predicament, and then Rivers the mistake. First safety meantime for the Browns defense since October the 21st of 2018. A span of 29 games.
By far the most pressure Rivers has felt all season.
Peoples-Jones takes the short kick, so they'll have terrific starting field position for Baker Mayfield. Let's bring in Gene's territory. Gene, take us through that sequence on the safety.
Intentional grounding is a crew call. There are multiple levels of that, and each of those boxes need to be checked. Rivers is in the pocket. He is under pressure, and he throws the ball beyond the line of scrimmage where there's no receiver. So those officials that are in those different areas that have to bring that information to the referee do so. In Rivers' defense, he's a wily veteran. His pleading his case that the receiver ran a post route instead of a corner route. But in officiating, we don't assume what the receivers are doing. If no one's in that area, the correct call was made for the right reasons.
All right, great insights from Gene as always. We know how resilient the Colts have been, Adam, as you see the little pushing after the play between Landry and Corey Willis. Can the Colts punch back again here? Hines no doubt thinking about that decision to fair catch the punt as the Colts in a 9-point hole.
Rivers, he's been under pressure over 50% of his passing attempts in this game. They've had 0 intermediate passing game. They've only thrown the ball downfield twice. They got big plays, but he has no chance for his receivers to work route combinations downfield.
On 2nd and 6, Mayfield has his man. It's incomplete. A little bit too much intended for Hooper, who had a couple of steps on the defense. 3rd and 6.
He did, and he didn't adjust his route. Mayfield, based on the coverage, let him upfield a little bit. Hooper started to go flat, and he didn't adjust his route in time to be able to go upfield and meet that ball.
Hooper has been one of Mayfield's favorite targets. He's targeted him 9 times in this game. 5 catches, 57 yards. For Austin Hooper, a Pro Bowler last couple of years with Atlanta.
Now it's time the Colts, they've got to find a way to pressure Mayfield.
Mayfield well protected again. Throws on the run, and Landry with another drop. They've come on back-to-back possessions. We certainly don't expect to see that from one of the elite receivers in the NFL.
That's bizarre. Landry's one of the most consistent guys out there. But couple missed opportunities to keep the drive going, and they're giving the Colts a chance.
So Browns hadn't punted. Well, now they've done it on 2 straight possessions. Kick by Gillen. And once again, Hines fields it from inside his own 10-yard line. And the Colts down 9. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, include Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need and offer it at a price built for everyone. Plus, get 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G phones for $200 when you switch. The network more people rely on gives you more. That's Verizon.
Grab Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack whenever you're dressing up to stay in or witnessing a miracle. Go big with delicious nachos topped with all your favorites. Nachos Party Pack, only at Taco Bell. Get yours with Taco Bell delivery.
Well, things are different these days, but we're figuring it out. We're doing school online now, learning a lot. Finding cool stuff to watch. Dad's got some new workout buddies. And I still get to spend time with you.
Be honest, which one's better? The Rodgers rate or the Patrick price?
Guys, State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Jake, it's the Rodgers rate.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Climb to the top of the mountain. Need to go on a vacation? Why not take a trip around the world?
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Explore the sights.
It's unreal.
Meet new people. Enjoy friendly competition. Or maybe not so friendly.
I just don't want this to be the end.
We're gonna do our best.
We're almost there.
Don't let your 4 walls keep you from the adventure of a lifetime.
That sounds amazing.
The world awaits on The Amazing Race. New season Wednesday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Mete presión, estamos activos para romper la tensión. Lo siento, pero voy a llamar la atención. Siempre ando frecha al día.
Go to NFLshop.com and gear up.
Well, Phillip Rivers, a couple of mistakes. First, the pick 6. Ronnie Harrison, first of his career. And then the safety. Still in the pocket. You heard the explanation from Gene Steratore. So Myles Garrett credited with his 2nd sack of this game. And his incredible season continues. Adam, you mentioned it at the top. You know, they've protected Rivers so well before today. By far the most pressure he's faced this season.
It's the least amount of pressure that he's been under since 2013. But in this game, Garrett, Vernon, Vincent Taylor. I mean, the pick 6 was a bad throw, but the safety, Garrett was on him so fast, he was going to get sacked anyway. There's really nothing you can do. What led to that safety was fair catch in the punt inside the 5-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers back to the air, completes. T.Y. Hilton. Badly needed connection that time. First down, Colts. Keep in mind for Indianapolis, their left tackle Anthony Costanzo is out today with a rib injury. In that big left tackle blindside spot in front of Rivers.
They desperately needed that. The intermediate passing game has been just non-existent for the Colts. And we came out of halftime saying T.Y. Hilton has to have a major impact and be a factor in this game. But that's still true here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Taylor on the take. Yeah, we mentioned Myles Garrett, league leader now in sacks with 7. Also led the league in pressures entering this game. Arch, just incredible. He has now forced 7 turnovers off of pressures in 4+ games. I mean, it's just a historic start in a lot of ways.
Not to mention, even you go back to last year. I mean, he was on pace of having a ridiculous season before the suspension. His arsenal, the different moves he has, the fact that he moves like a wide receiver at that size is too much to deal with, especially today for these Colts tackles.
Rivers' second down pass is incomplete. A little bit too much in front of Jack Doyle. Update meantime from the Cleveland sideline. Ronnie Harrison is being evaluated for a concussion, and so that means that Sheldrick Redwine has now taken his place, the former fourth-round pick last year out of Miami. No Carl Joseph already, so a thin Cleveland secondary, even thinner at the moment.
If you're Rivers, you have to start and attack these safeties. It has to be something that you do. Start and attack these safeties. It has to be something that you do.
Rivers under pressure, steps up and throws, and he's picked again. And it's Redwine. Incredible.
Tomatoes. Tonight, I'll be eating 4 cheese tortellini with extra tomatoes. So it's come to this. Thank you. Bravo.
Careful, Hamill. Daddy's not here to save you.
Oh, I am my daddy. Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer hip. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery, budlight.com/delivery. How many?
According to local building codes, fences can have a maximum height of 96 inches. Food for thought. Let's put the home in home team.
I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Sure looks like something happened.
Well, you've been with Farmers for 3 years with 0 auto claims.
Yeah?
So you earned your policy perk, accident forgiveness. Now instead of this being something,
It's nothing.
get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks. They should really turn this right off.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start with a quote at 1-800-FARMERS.
Back shoulder throw, what a catch. And he still goes. Touchdown!
President Trump is one of nearly 8 million Americans who has been infected with COVID. 60 Minutes investigates the very latest on treatments tonight on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Farmers Insurance. Get a quote at farmers.com. Uber Eats. Tonight, I'll be eating. And by Lowe's. We put the home in home team.
Nightfall here in Cleveland, and that pressure ratcheted up by Myles Garrett. Starting to get to Phillip Rivers' second pick of the night. And Sheldrick Redwine, who had not played a defensive snap before today all season, on the interception. Kareem Hunt, good drive starter. Adam, take us back to the pick.
To me, it all starts again with pressure. This is only a 3-man rush.
Just incredible. Hunt, very close to a first down.
Did you include the safety in that as well?
I did.
Right?
I mean, just let that sink in. He has forced 8 turnovers off of his pressures, and we are in week 5 of the season.
I mean, it's amazing. He really is. You know, We kind of get in the habit as analysts and media of giving guys hype and, you know, kind of running with it. But you watch him play, he just dominates. He just takes over games. And not only does he get pressure, but the pressure leads to takeaways, and those takeaways lead to points. Phenomenal last 2 seasons for Myles Garrett.
Here's Hunt. That'll be a first down. There's only been 2 defensive players in the history of the sport who've won the MVP, and we've got a lot of football left in 2020, but that's the kind of impact Myles Garrett has had on his Cleveland team so far through the first quarter plus of the season. And we asked Frank Reich about Garrett, and Reich told us that he texted his old teammate in Buffalo, Bruce Smith, of course one of the all-time great pass rushers this week, played with Smith for 10 years in Buffalo. And he told Smith that Garrett is the best combination of speed, power, and bend that he has seen since watching Bruce all those years up in Western New York.
They did a great job last week against Khalil Mack, but they have not followed that up against Garrett.
Looked like Hunt trying to gather himself. Looked like he was a little bit winded as Dearness Johnson spells him here. You know, Hunt last week only played 26 snaps, even without Chubb, for 3/4 of that game. So, you know, conditioning is very close, as Hunt told us this week. Best that he's felt in a couple of years since leaving Kansas City. You know, told us last year just couldn't get himself physically right. Had the sports hernia surgery after the season. But so far so good with Hunt today, as he is over 60 yards on the ground.
Well, both he and Chubb basically split carries. They have almost the same attempts at this point in the season. Much different animal, this Colts defense, than they faced a week ago.
On 2nd and 9, Johnson, and he is met. Colts defense trying to get off the field as quickly as they can. Anthony Walker on the tackle. Keep in mind, no Darius Leonard for the Colts. Not with that groin injury, as we take another look.
Haven't had a chance to really talk about him much, but most of the time, right in the middle of the action is DeForest Buckner, and he's just simply been dominant. He's almost impossible to double team him inside, and his presence in there have allowed these Colts backers, especially with Darius Leonard, to run and be free hitters.
He's only 26. And one of the premier defensive players in the sport. Could be a free play. Mayfield, here they come. And Mayfield is going down. But you see the multiple flags from different directions. Well, if you're a Browns fan, you almost wanted the refs to blow the whistle there as the Colts pin their ears back.
Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So it's on Okereke, who had the interception earlier. And that hurts the defense. See the penalty numbers.
Browns have been pretty good this game. 9 of 14 on 3rd down.
5-8.
We always get those free plays on the offside, but that was one that maybe the Browns would have minded the whistle. Mayfield again under duress, and this one, was it picked? Yes, it was. Anthony Walker. Wobbly pass as Mayfield took a shot right on the release from Justin Houston. And Mayfield feeling it as he will gingerly come to the sideline. Boy, this Colts defense, #1 in the NFL, making plays to try to keep Indy within striking distance.
Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can take away so much. But today, there's a combination of 2 immunotherapies you can take first. One that could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread and that tests positive for PD-L1 and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. It's the first and only approved chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works together in different ways to harness the power of the immune system. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more days, more nights, more beautiful weekends, more ugly sweaters, more big hugs, more small outings. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work. This may happen during or after treatment is ended and can become serious and lead to death. Some of these problems may happen more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. See your doctor right away if you have a new or worse cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, extreme tiredness, weight changes, constipation, excessive thirst, changes in urine or eyesight, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, fever, or tingling in hands and feet. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant or lung, breathing, or liver problems. Here's to a chance for more together time, a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all involved in our clinical trials.
Hey, Malcolm, you know that Audible's got a lot more than audiobooks?
Of course. Podcasts.
Originals.
Bestsellers.
Future bestsellers.
Sleep stories.
Sleep story. What are you talking about, sleep story? Malcolm. Oh, wow. Malcolm. Hey, no, Roxy. Hey, Roxy, get out of Malcolm's house.
The most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories all in one place. Audible.
We'll be solving crime strictly from a 6 feet distance for the rest of the season.
Well, Baker Mayfield has entered that blue medical tent on the Cleveland sideline. Took a crunching hit from Justin Houston. Adam, the old gray beard, year 10, and he is still laying the wood.
He is 93 sacks coming into this one, and the Colts defense has turned up the dial a little bit here in the second half and have gotten after Mayfield.
Rivers back to the air, low pass, and it is caught. T.Y. Hilton. Now we'll check the flag. Hilton against Denzel Ward. What a matchup between those two. If it stands, it'll be the 5th catch for Hilton.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 21. Penalties decline. First down.
Well, thus they'll negate the penalty, decline the penalty, I should say. It's a pickup of 13 for the Colts.
Trying to get the ball to T.Y. Hilton, but somebody else as well has to now start to complement Hilton and show up here in the 4th quarter.
Rivers, quick delivery over the middle. That's Burton. Second game for Burton since coming back. Missed the first 3 with the calf, as we touched on earlier. They expect him to be a focal point, Adam, as this season progresses. Reunited with Frank Reich, whom he played for, of course, in Philly. And 2nd and 4.
And that's really where Frank Reich and his offensive staff, that's where they're most creative, is in their multiple tight end packages. But in this game, that really hasn't been a factor.
Rivers trying to bounce back from the 2 picks. Hilton. 8th time that Rivers has targeted T.Y. in this game. 6 catches for Hilton, 69 yards. They pick up 11.
So this is the dilemma the Colts are in, because you've got a protection problem. So you have to decide, are we going to bring guys into protection, give us time to throw routes downfield? If that's the case, it's only going to be a 3-man route. But if they release more, then either Garrett or Vernon are going to have a one-on-one matchup, and Rivers has to get the ball out.
Here's Rivers taking a shot, incomplete. Now let's not forget what happened to the Browns last week. Had that monstrous lead in Dallas, and then you touched on it, Adam. And Joe Woods, their defensive coordinator, kind of took his foot off the gas. Started to play a little bit more conservatively with that Browns defense.
That and the players also started to play a little bit cautious. And that's when they really start to give up some plays. They've got to continue to be aggressive, challenge these Colts receivers who really haven't done a good job of making enough plays in this game.
Rivers throwing on the run. This is the tight end, Burton. Close to that first down marker. Nicely done by Burton. Forced out of bounds by Kevin Johnson as they work in front of that Colts sideline. 3rd and 4.
In this drive, there's no Myles Garrett on the field. And so understanding that, and then calling for some passes down the field when you should have some more time to throw the football.
Rivers, huge 3rd down play, wide open, 1st down and more. Johnson had the big first half catch. They pick up 13 yards here. First down, Indianapolis. Johnson, who did not play the first 3 weeks of the season, promoted from the practice squad on the eve of their game last week in Chicago. You saw Garrett on the Cleveland sideline.
Still no Garrett on the field, so you know you should have a little bit more time.
Rivers, Hines, Marker thrown behind the play. Hines taking on tacklers inside the Cleveland 10. Tackled by Goodson, a pickup of a dozen if it stands, and this one could be coming back.
Holding, offense, number 56. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Quentin Nelson, their all-pro guard, and that one hurts.
Not the first time today that a promising drive. Oh boy, he just throws him by. That's just screen. That's just a screen technique. He just kind of knocks him by. Don't love that call.
5th penalty against the Colts, and that one wipes away a run of 12, a catch and run by Hines. Burton again, as Rivers starting to find some chemistry with his tight end. Gene Steratore that was a hold and should not have warranted the penalty. I don't think that will make Colts fans feel any better at the moment.
No, I sure won't.
With Gene all over it as always. 2nd and 10. And that clock running. Now we come up on the 4-minute mark. Rivers to the air. It's Burton again. And he is starting to do some work against this Cleveland defense. First down Colts. Down 9 with under 4 minutes left.
Wow, this is, imagine being able to overcome that holding penalty. Option route inside. Burton's going to play off the leverage, come back out. Perfect timing. I think that's what they envisioned when they brought Burton over here for the Colts.
Little play action. Rivers to the end zone. Boy, and that was nearly picked. Andrew Sendejo on the coverage. And Colts fans holding their breath.
This one was close. I mean, that ball has to get up in the air because Malcolm Smith was in the passing lane.
Gavel!
Sendejo up and down game last week. Forced fumble against Ezekiel Elliott. But some of the struggles in this Cleveland passing defense. 2nd and 10. Rivers, quick throw, incomplete. Denzel Ward stepping in front of Hilton. Just perfectly timed that play.
I thought Ward had him one. It almost looked exactly like last week. Almost the same coverage, same formation. And I thought he had a jump on it.
Adam, keep in mind here, they need 2 scores, down 9, so you need to come away with points if you're the Colts. Myles Garrett is on the field, lining up right side of the Cleveland defense on a huge 3rd and 10 for the Colts.
Trey Burton split out to that side.
Rivers bobbles the snap, gets it back, throws, completes. Johnson. And he is well short of the first down marker. Colts needed the 1, and boy, Rivers bobbling that snap. That was a little bit higher than he expected. And on 4th down, Frank Reich will send out Rodrigo Blankenship, his rookie kicker, to try to cut this deficit down to 6. Blankenship tied for the league lead in scoring entering week 5. 25-yard chip shot. Sanchez the holder, and the rookie has been money for the Colts. As Indianapolis inches a little bit closer with 2:50 left in regulation. Well, which of these two teams is going to continue this winning streak? Both clubs coming in winners of 3 straight. And a wild week 5 around the NFL. Early headlines. Denver, New England game moving to next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern, right here on CBS. Alex Smith making a miraculous return to football earlier today. A lot of people getting emotional seeing that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Steelers outdueling the Eagles. Their first 4-0 start in quite some time. And the Raiders, how about the Las Vegas Raiders? And we saw last week they hand Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs their first loss as the defending champions go down.
Would you see Henry Ruggs come back? Do you think he made an impact for the Raiders? Everybody wondering if Derek Carr can throw the ball down the field. It's amazing what a little speed does for your offense.
And Adam, we touched on it a couple of times. Just can't overstate the importance of a game like this for both of these teams. Cleveland trying to keep pace with the Steelers and the Ravens in the north. And we know the Colts competition in that AFC South division with Tennessee. As Jonathan Peoples-Jones breaking in the initial tackle. And he is hot. Felt like he should have had a couple of more yards, but a terrific return out past the 30 as we throw it back to JB and Boomer. Update from New York.
Giants staying focused. 11 unanswered.
Yeah, off of Andy Dalton fumbles in replacing Dak Prescott. The injured Dak Prescott. Devonta Freeman takes a 4-yard run in. 2-point conversion is good. Giants take a 3-point lead, 34-31 over the Cowboys.
Back to Spiro and Adam.
All right. Interesting game coming down the home stretch, and we got a good one here in Cleveland. Browns up 6. Colts still have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. But Baker and this offense need to chew up some clock. Hunt! And that's the kind of drive starter they were hoping for. Very close to that first down marker. No official signal yet. We'll see where the officials spot the football as Kareem Hunt now up over the 70-yard rushing mark in the afternoon. Last 4 possessions for Cleveland. Adam, as this Indianapolis defense really has started to ratchet it up. And that is a